Reuse, rehabilitate, refurbish, repair, those are words that the Engineering Public Works Department uses every day. On this edition of Your City at Work, we're going to go behind the scenes to find out how they keep Paducah beautiful and well maintained. We're out here on a beautiful day in downtown Paducah. You look up, you have beautiful blue sky, you've got a beautifully well-maintained parking lot, but also if you look up, you'll notice some lights around here. Those lights have seen a little bit of love lately, and we're going to talk to our Engineering Public Works Director, Rick Murphy. Good to see you, Rick.
Glad to be back.
Tell me about what's been going on with these lights, because if you really look at these lights, there's a little bit of a difference going on with them.
Yeah, Pam, over the past several years, you know, we've added to the downtown area, and as we've added, we've made improvements and added decorative lights, but over the course of time, these lights have gotten a little bit different from one another, i.e. some of them might be white on top, some of them might be black on top, some might be showing a little bit of age, and so our Superintendent of Public Works and Maintenance, Randy Crouch, he said, Rick, I got a project I want to work on, and actually I'm looking at these lights downtown, and I really want to make some improvement with them and make them all look the same and really upgrade them. So he and I talked about that a little bit, and then so we got a battle plan together, and actually Randy and his crews have been working on this for about 6 weeks to date, and have made a significant improvement with the lights. You'll notice that those that have been improved all have a white top. We actually worked with our PRA, our downtown response people, and asked them to look at the lights, make a decision on, okay, what would be more uniform? Would you want them all black tops, bronze tops, or whatever? And actually they came to the conclusion that the white looked better. So as we recondition these lights, we're converting them all to look the same, even though there's 3 different styles of lights, which we'll talk about later.
Now tell us a little bit about what has happened to the lights. I mean, how old are they? And I know just the elements.
Well, some of the lights are as much as 20 years old, and some of them are as few as 10 years old. They degrade over time. I mean, the lenses, they fog up, they look dingy. Or you know, insects or bugs or birds will come in and build their nests in them. They just won't look good. So our crews have actually taken them down, and we totally disassemble them and recondition them from the ground up.
How many lights are we talking about? Because I'm just looking around the parking lot. We're here at the foot of Broadway in the parking lot, and I'm seeing dozens of lights. But about how many are we looking at?
I would have to leave that to Randy, but I think we have several hundred, maybe 200 or 300 of these lights. Yes.
And so when people walk up, you may think that they're brand new lights, but they've just been completely refurbished.
And what we see to date is only $3,500 in parts and materials. Sure, there's a manpower effort there, but I mean, that's what we're here for, is to provide that, I guess, that effort for the citizens of Paducah and maintain and make it, and keep its property looking good.
And the way you started this project was there's not lights that are down that are missing right now necessarily. As you take one down to refurbish, you had a plan of making sure that you could put one back up. Actually,
we're kind of working a couple of things. The Schultz Park area, as we know, we're going to be building a riverfront down there that's coming soon. And there was actually 13 or 14 lights down there, and they were really clustered close together. And as we developed the plan, I talked to Randy about it. I said, well, we could probably take 7 of these lights down, recondition them, and then as we take lights down, we'll stand those 7 poles up. So we'll have 7 to reinstall for the 7 we take down, and we're taking them down in groups. So their lights are not missing for a prolonged period of time. That makes folks ask questions. Right. And then the other thing is we're actually salvaging the lights from the Schultz Park area that won't be used, and those that are left will be as spares as these need any work or any parts. Okay, well, Rick, we're about to go indoors and take a look at the process that it takes to actually take these lights apart piece by piece and completely refurbish them. Stay with us.
Hall. We're at the basement of City Hall in the maintenance shop. It's a room that most people don't know exists, but it's getting all kinds of action. This is where all those light fixtures are coming to be reborn again. And Rick, I guess these are the ones that need the love.
Well, Pam, this is, I guess, an assembly line process we have. We bring the, I guess, deteriorated lights in to the basement here, and we actually take, and you'll see that this is just dingy from just oxidation from sun and just beating on the paint. And so what we do is we actually bring them in and we sand these items down. So when we paint it, the paint will adhere to it and not peel off. And then that's one part of the process as far as working the hardware. But then another part of the process is actually reworking the luminaire and the light itself or the fixture itself. Whereas when they come in, you can see that they're full of bugs. I don't know whether or not you can see it on the camera or not, but you cannot see through that lens.
No, it's just completely
and when that's that way, you know, the light's on, but it's not really giving off any real light that's of any benefit to the public because it can't get through the lens. It's just so dirty.
And then you also look at the wiring.
So as far as like the light, we totally reconditioned the light, and as a part of that process, the wiring is 20 years old. It may need replacing. So in lieu of putting this back out in the field with the old wiring, we're just going ahead and rewiring all the lights, so we won't have any kind of power failure or shorts in the lights as a result of that. And if we don't do that, you know, we could have ballast. Ballasts are a part of the light fixture that make it operate. And if we don't have that, if the ballast goes bad because of bad wiring, now we're replacing parts.
Okay, so this is just completely rewiring, and you're not having to spend a lot of money doing a lot of this. It's just a lot of time.
Actually, yeah, it's more. I guess our forces, our city forces, doing this work. But as far as the amount of materials, again, we've only spent $3,500 to date on some lenses, some ballast, some wire. But some of the things, if you'll notice the lids. You know, you can get a better idea of what's going on here. This particular lid is where we attempted to paint the lid in-house to give a bronze look as opposed to a factory bronze look.
That's been weathered.
That's been weathered. And then the white ones, the white domes that were out there as well. So we just had kind of a Heinz 57, and we all want to make it look uniform.
Well, as we go down the assembly line, let's move over to this big table.
Okay.
What do we have out here? I can smell paint.
Okay. Actually, we have several of the parts that have been reconditioned. There's various parts to each fixture, and we bring them in. We have a little stand where we set the fixture on it. We tear it down, and as we tear it down, we start cleaning it up, sanding it. Each part will get its various paint treatment.
Like this one over here it's locked down to where they've been painting it.
It's actually locked down, but you recall before they come in, this was all full of bugs.
Right.
In through here, so all that trash gets cleaned out. Whatever's in it, it gets cleaned out and thoroughly reconditioned here, and it'll be a brand new light when we take it back out in the field.
Those have all been freshly painted.
These are all the globes or all of the, I guess, domes on top. You'll notice that downtown we do have some single fixtures, some double fixtures on single posts, and then at the end of the market house there's actually some triple fixtures where 3 of these are together, and it's like I guess a bird hotel for some of our I guess birds in the area.
And then as we move over here, we've gotten to where these have been pretty much rehabilitated. They just need to be put back on their poles.
Yes, these are ready to be reinstalled in the field. We'll go down to Public Works. The poles are rather large, and we have a bigger area down there to work the poles. But these fixtures are ready to be reinstalled. And one thing I'd like to pay particular attention to is, you know, our individuals or our citizens don't realize that there's actually 3 different fixtures here, but nobody knows it because they're not exactly side by side.
And they were bought at different times, and you tried to buy the same thing.
They were bought at different times. They were bought with different manufacturers. But when you start going out and let's say one of your light fixtures is not working properly, or you need to replace a globe, what we try to do is become more efficient, whereas we have uniform parts that can be used universally. But if you send your staff out to fix a light fixture or a lens, Well, they'll go out with the lens they think will work, but then realize it doesn't fit this one because it was made by a different manufacturer. So you have to make multiple trips. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to group those lights that are of the same manufacturer in one location. So if we have 3 different manufacturers, they're not scattered randomly. They're actually in areas where we know what manufacturer is in the area of town.
Well, it's all about efficiency.
So, but these, again, these are ready to go out. There's little minor differences. I don't know whether anybody would care to look at that.
Yeah.
But I mean, some of the tops are a little bit different from one to the other. The decorative, I guess, the ornateness of the fixture itself differs a little bit from light to light.
Okay, well, I think our next stop, we're going to go out to the Public Works building and take a look at what it takes to get the poles refurbished. I've now moved over to the Public Works facility, and this is the final step for getting these light fixtures ready to be put back out. And I'm joined now, instead of Rick Murphy, we've moved him off to the side. We've brought in Randy Crouch. He is our maintenance superintendent. Good to see you, Randy.
You too, Pam.
And Randy, tell us about this final step here. What are they doing?
Right now, we've got our traffic department guys in here. This is Richard and Brian. Okay. What we do is we take our poles, we bring them in after we take them down. We go through them, we sand them down, we check for any kind of cracks. We get them ready for all new wiring and then get ready to mount the heads on that you looked at earlier.
How long is this whole process taking from taking one pole down and then completely refurbishing it and getting it ready to go back out?
It usually takes us about 3 days. We'll take 6 light poles down. Usually in about 3 days we can refurbish them. That's usually with the single pole ones. Once we get into the double poles, they'll take an extra day. So usually in about 3 days we can do 6 lights.
And how long does it take to actually reinstall one? Is it pretty quick?
It's a matter of minutes. Just unbolt 4 bolts, stand it up, hook some wires up, and we're done.
Oh, wow. Has this been kind of a fun project for you?
It's actually been pretty fun. It was something we started out at that I've kind of noticed when we were at the downtown areas. You look, the lights looked old, they looked kind of bad. We had a lot of different light setups up there, so we kind of went through, and I think what we're doing now really makes them look good.
And I really hope the public notices, because this is a lot of work to really make something look new again.
Oh, I agree. I agree, because we have had several people that stopped and thought we had actually bought brand new lights. And
we haven't.
No,
and it hasn't really cost a lot of labor.
Exactly, a lot of labor, but $4 or $5 worth of wiring, $4 or $5 worth of painting, and then like I said, sometimes we'll have some ballasts that are bad or light bulbs, but other than that, we're not spending a lot of money on them.
Okay, well, coming up next, we're going to stay with Randy, and Randy's going to show us a different thing that goes on in the city of Paducah that has to do with maintenance. This is fleet maintenance. We're going to go right across the street over here in just a second. I've now moved over to the Fleet Maintenance Division at Public Works, and a lot of people may not realize that we have a whole maintenance shop that takes care of all of our vehicles. I'm joined again by Randy Crouch, and Randy, tell us about the Fleet Maintenance Division. What is its responsibilities?
Pam, right now the city has about 300 pieces of rolling equipment. That's mainly trucks, tractors, police cars, fire trucks, things like that. We also have weed eaters and lawnmowers, other things that we take care of too. We currently have 4 employees that are ASE certified to work on all the equipment.
Now, how do they track what needs to be worked on?
In our system, we keep up with oil changes that are due, any kind of repairs that are coming up. Also, our men, as they're using equipment, they do inspections on them. They fill out a report that says any kind of problems they have, turn it into the fleet supervisor, Neil Ford. Then they take that, he'll get with the department, schedule the vehicle to be in for repairs to be done on it.
Now, this is a pretty big operation. I mean, when you're looking at all the different parts and everything that you need, this is run just like a business. Just like a business.
We schedule a piece of equipment to come in, assign to a mechanic to take care of. He brings it in, he does repair work, he gets started on it to see what needs to be done to it, orders parts for it. Parts aren't in, he brings in another piece of equipment. He works on it, gets going to where he needs to on it, waits for parts to come in. If it's not done, he'll even bring a third one in. And then as soon as parts come in, then we start putting them together just like they do at any other shop.
Now, how does this work with each city department that has the vehicles? Because isn't fleet maintenance basically charging the departments? We kind of like pay ourselves.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We run the fleet department just like a business, as I've said before, and we charge each one of the departments for any repair work that's done to the vehicles.
So outside public, this is not for the outside public, it's just for internal.
Just for inside for the city. And we run this and charge everybody just like you would do if you were a regular customer coming in to any other dealership.
Lot to maintain. These guys, they have to know a little bit about so many different types of vehicles.
Yes, they do. We have guys that they're specialized in certain areas. Some of them are better on automotive. Some of them are on hydraulics and pneumatics. We have guys that mainly take care of the fire truck side of it. So they do have their specialties in different areas. We do about 1,500 work orders a year.
1,500 work orders, and that's just from oil changes to...
Correct.
When we get a new fire truck in, there's a lot of work that has to go to
That has to be gone through too and inspected to make sure it comes in exactly the way we ordered it. Anything else that has to be added to it that we're supposed to put on, we take care of that also.
Well, your guys are busy.
I'm pretty proud of it.
All right, Randy, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, coming up next, we're going to take a look at another maintenance project, the Floodwall. Well, my last stop today is at the Floodwall. We're not at the section that has the murals on it. This is just the regular concrete section, and I'm joined now by Floodwall Superintendent Kenny Brannon. Hi, Kenny. Good to see you.
Nice to see you, Pam.
You guys have been doing a lot of maintenance on the floodwall, but we're not talking about the mural section. This is just the regular concrete section. Tell us what your guys have been doing.
Well, we've been washing the wall, which the wall's never really been washed probably since it's been put up. So we've kind of went through and washed quite a bit of the wall. There's like 3.1 miles of the concrete wall, and we probably washed roughly 2.5 miles of it.
Washed? I mean, you're talking about pressure washing.
Pressure wash, yes.
Now, how long would it take to do a section? And I'm sure it was pretty grimy.
Well, we've had a section right here we just got through doing this summer that it's roughly probably 3,000 feet, and you're looking at roughly about 3 weeks. So
wow.
Roughly about 1,000 feet per week, something like that. That's doing both sides.
And the wall pretty much changed color.
Yes, it did. You get a lot of dirt and stuff off the top of the wall where it streaks the wall, and of course that stuff, once the rain starts coming down, it runs down, and all the dirt runs down the side and streaks everything up, black streaks. So we've kind of pretty well got all that off and got her looking pretty good.
Have you had any comments from businesses surrounding the wall?
We have had several businesses say we just didn't realize how dirty the wall was till you guys washed it. So yes, we have. We've had quite a few comment on how good it looks.
Now, what are some of the other maintenance things that you guys have to do throughout the year just to keep the gates and the wall itself maintained?
Well, this time of year we're getting ready for high water season, and we usually go through at the beginning of that season and grease all of our gates and lubricate them, exercise them up and down, make sure everything's okay, make sure everything's lubed and ready for pumping season.
Okay, well, Kenny, tell your guys thank you for all the work that they've been doing, because it takes a lot of time to do this.
They do a good job, and then they've been hard at it, doing quite a bit of it there.
Well, thank you so much, Kenny, for joining us.
Thank you.
I want to thank the Engineering Public Works employees for their skills, hard work, and dedication. You are certainly appreciated. Well, thank you so much for watching this edition of Your City at Work. I'm your host, Public Information Officer Pam Spencer. Oh no, don't put that as a blooper.
I'm rolling. Little.
Remember.
Okay. All right.
All right, here we go.
Let's go.
Ow. No, snorted. No, it snorted.
You ready? Go. Go.
I don't know when to go.
Ready?
watching Your City at Work. Thank you for watching Your City at Work. That last piece
That
is
was-
watching Your City at Work. It's like that last section. I'm just gonna have to hold it.